Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. When we limit our charitable deductions to the tax-deductible, we may be letting the tail wag the dog. Yes, you can claim the deduction on Schedule A, but many people don't end up with enough deductions to exceed the standard deduction. Maybe more important, when you donate to a nonprofit rather than a known worthy individual, which isn't tax-deductible, 3 negatives in here. 1, you're force-fitting your donation. Even if you've carefully selected a charity, chances are that your money doesn't get spent as you'd ideally like. For example, let's say you like the idea of contributing to an education foundation's effort to raise money to provide mentoring for high potential kids. Well, your definition of high potential might differ from theirs. And even if they reassure you that it is consonant, many donors have become painfully aware of how often their money is used for a purpose other than what was promised. In contrast, if you identify an individual and a need of that individual that you deem worthy, your money is more likely to be spent on that. For example, I once bought a plumber $300 worth of tools because he said that would enable him to get more work, which he desperately needed to make ends meet. Another advantage of giving to an individual is no administrative costs. 100% of my donation went to the plumber. None was spent on fundraising, marketing, nor administration. I cringe when I see how often nonprofit executives are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, money that could have gone to the needy. They, like many celebrities, may preach, "Give till it hurts," while they live in manses. How come they don't open their gated Beverly Hills or DC suburban compounds so dozens of the homeless that they so claim to care about, can come in out of the cold? A third advantage of giving to an individual, even though it's not tax deductible, is that you're more likely to see the benefit. When you give to an individual whom you know, you're more likely to see what they did with the money. For example, if you pay for a low-income relative to spend a week at a computer camp, you're at minimum likely to get a heartfelt individual thank you and maybe reports on how it went. In contrast, if you give to a nonprofit, at best they'll send you a photo of the person you're giving money that their money is ostensibly supposed to help, and even that's rare. Finally, there are many other ways to get a tax deduction. For example, might you get and deduct the cost of training to boost your work expertise? Or could you take a home office deduction? In recent years, as ever more people work at home, the IRS has liberalized its approach to home offices, and that may be especially likely in the era of COVID. Dear viewers, I have set aside $2,000 for the following. Write to me at mnemko@comcast.net, that's mnemko@comcast.net, explaining what you would do if I gave you $100 to $1,000, whatever you think is the right amount. I'll be especially likely to fund things that hold promise of significant impact, as in the 2 examples I've mentioned, the plumbing tools and the weekend computer camp. Of course, I'm aware that people could claim a worthy use of the money and then snort it up their nose. But as Wikipedia became a reality only because of a measure of trust, I believe it's wise to believe that if you assume the best in people, you're more likely to get it. So much so that I would bet that the $2,000 is going to do more good than if I gave it to an organized charity. Of course, giving to traditional charity can be wise, but rather than let tax deductibility fully control your decision-making, consider expanding your options to include the not deductible. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and I especially like it if you hit the share button below and share it on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. And in any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.